Alright, good afternoon, this is CW. Back with you again this afternoon. I just wanted to mess around with these Chaga Chunks that came in the Battlbox. I did a little looking around about them, looking on the internet about them, and they pretty interesting little mushroom thing. Grows on trees. I tried to do a video yesterday, but it was raining too bad, and it was raining terrible. And it just didn't work out real well, so I thought I would try it again today. Let's see what happens. So anyway, these are the little Chaga Chunks that came in the... Ooh, can we get up close? They did have kind of a more black coating on them, but now I've been messing with them and stuff. And I put them in a glass jar. I wrapped them up in some paper and put them in a glass jar. I'm going to put them in just like a regular piece of paper, I guess, or a piece of brown paper bag or something, unbleached, and keep them in a glass jar, because they came in a plastic bag, and I really didn't want to just keep them in a plastic bag. It's not like I'm going to use them a whole lot, so I just thought I would put them in a glass jar. I read on the internet someone was talking about it might be on this paper here, talking about keeping it in a glass jar, and really, you just don't want to keep stuff in plastic for a long time if you're going to eat it or use it for ingestion. Like I'm probably going to use it for that, make tea out of it. So that's in the glass jar. I made some yesterday, and I put it in the freezer overnight, so this is what it looks like now. Oop, where are we? Anyway, so we're going to try to boil some of that up and make some chaga tea here in a minute. So first thing I want to do is get the camp stove set up. I thought I would do it outside here. So this is my camp stove, wood burning camp stove, and this is the pots and pans for it or whatever. So they're taller than the wood burning stove. So let's get this going. Got a little cup with holes in it down there. That's where it is. It goes. I don't think it is. You know how to put this thing together, guy? I guess that's about it. I thought it was deeper than that. There it is. There we go. Now it's deeper than that. Alright, I'm going to get some little twigs that I've gathered up. Tried to anyway. It's been raining so much. It's hard to get any twigs. I'm going to have to break some of these down. They just don't fit down in there very well. Goodness. Alright, we got some twigs down in there now. I think what I'm going to try is this Zippo fire starter. It's supposed to be able to strike a ferro rod and get this thing started, so we're going to try that. I didn't do so well on it when I did the video, so we'll try it again and see what happens. It almost did it. Hold on, I'm going to get up closer. Alright, there we go. Now let's try this. think it's going. There it goes. Just took about 5 or 12 tries, that's all. Alright. That's a pretty good little old tender there. That's the Zippo brand. Alright, let's get some more twigs and stuff. Wow, that's hot. Alright. So while we're just looking at the fire, I was going to read some of this that I pulled off the internet and some that came with it. This is what came with the Battlbox. A 2-ounce bundle of chaga. Chaga is also called by many the king of medicinal mushrooms. It can be found on the outside of birch trees. Chaga provides health benefits such as immune system stimulant, inflammation reducer, and normal cholesterol and blood pressure levels, to name a few, and is typically ingested as tea, but it's also an excellent fire starter. It can catch a spark much like char cloth and maintain a usable ember for a very good amount of time. I tried it yesterday and I couldn't get it to work. Also, I got what we know as chaga is actually the dense black mass of mycelia, roughly 10 inches to 15 inches in size, that appears on the outside of birch trees infected with the non-toxic parasitic fungus Inotuus obliquus. Right, I'm sure that's really what it's called. The hard and black cracked exterior, which looks like burnt charcoal, is called the sclerotium. The interior is softer and has a rusty yellow-brown color that can be seen when it's removed from the birch tree and broken into chunks. In general, chaga mushrooms are mostly found in very cold habitats and grow predominantly on birches. More specifically, chaga grows wild in the birch forest of Russia, Korea, Eastern and Northern Europe, northern areas of the United States, and in Canada. So I'm in Texas, so I'm pretty sure I don't have very many birch trees growing around here, so I think my chances of finding some of this out in the wild is pretty slim. Pretty slim. So that's why I'm keeping it in a glass jar, because I'm sure I won't use it that much. Let's see, do I have any other information? Oh, I think the other information I got is the same that I already got. Alright, so we just got to wait a few minutes and let this get some coals down in there, get some of this fire going. I'm gonna go ahead and put some water on the mushrooms and put the chaga in the pot real quick, I guess. Go ahead and pour some water on it. That's gonna burn down in a few minutes. Alright, let's get the pot out of here. This is an anodized aluminum set. I think I'm going to invest in a titanium set, because I was seeing one of the other YouTubers, the Thrifty Survivor, talking about if you really wanted to use them a lot, it might not be a good idea to use anodized aluminum all the time. It might have a tendency to break down and leach metal into your food or something, I guess. So maybe I'm going to look into getting titanium, but for right now I've got anodized aluminum, so that's what I'm going to use, right? those are the ones that I boiled up yesterday. I didn't really, the instructions I saw online says that they want to boil these things, or not really boil them, simmer them for about hours, 6 to 8 hours or something like that. I'm like, wow, man, I don't know. I think I might just boil some up into the tea for about 30 minutes or so and see what happens. Just let it simmer, not really boil, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to keep it on a simmer, not really boil it, but you know how that goes. Alright, so we got the chaga, we got that. Just waiting for the fire to go down in there, waiting for some of that wood to drop down, and that thing will start swirling around inside there. Look at it, it's falling already. I think I'm still getting hit by some sort of insect right here. Ring ready. Yesterday I thought I would move that thing around, so I just touched it to see if it was hot. Yeah, it was pretty hot. Luckily I didn't have the camera going at the time. Alright, well, yeah, that is pretty warm right there. Wish it was a little cooler out here. If it was a little cooler out here, maybe all these mosquitoes wouldn't be out. Eating me up. Got a few more sticks. Alright. I guess I can pause for a few minutes till it goes down some, right? Alright, that fire's burning down some now. I'm going to go ahead and put the ring on there. I'll let it go down just a little bit more, and then we'll put the pot on there and get that started. If I put it on there too quick, I'm going to get black stuff all over it like I did yesterday, like I did the last time. Because I was impatient, so that's how that goes. I guess I'm going to have to do some research and see what kind of fungus grows on trees around here that is okay to make a tea out of, supposed to be medicinal or whatnot. I need to find that out. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, there we go. We want that fire down in there like that. It's burned down some, so let's go ahead and put the pot on there. Probably should have let it burn down a little bit more, but it's alright. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh yeah, I think you can see it, like the brown is starting to come out of the mushrooms right there. So That's what they look like in the pot. I mean, it's just those chunks that I showed earlier underwater now. Alright, so I'm going to put the lid on there. Ooh, I can feel it getting hot. Put the lid on and maybe it'll get boiling in a few minutes. Maybe I'll put a timer on and see how long it takes. I'm going to start from now because, well, I just now thought about it, right? Stopwatch, start. Alright, I'll come back whenever it starts boiling. Alright, I just thought I'd go handheld and see what it looks like right up inside there. Ooh, neato. Alright, I'm still waiting for it to boil. Still waiting for it to boil. Goodness. It's boiling now. It's boiling too much now. Goodness, I had to put a few sticks in there. It's boiling too much. It's supposed to just simmer. It's supposed to just simmer. I don't really want to ruin this by boiling it too much because I still want to use it some more. I was really going to make some. I saw some directions for a crock pot recipe, so I think I'm going to try some in a crock pot and keep it. Or it's fixing to be winter time, so I may need a little immune booster for the winter time. There's kind of simmering down there a little bit now, right? I don't really want to cover it all the way. Still simmering? Yeah, still simmering. A little bit too much. There we go. Now I got a little simmer going in there. Really a little more than a simmer. Wow, that's pretty simmery. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to let it simmer for, I don't know, about 10 minutes. Really, that took about 8 minutes to get that water to boil. I had to put a few more pieces of wood down in there. So really it took about 8 minutes or so. Now I'm just going to let this simmer a little bit for about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes, and then we'll try it out and see what happens, alright? Be back. Man, it's kind of a chore using this little wood powered camp stove to regulate temperature. Probably next time I use it, I'm going to start the fire and then put a couple pieces of charcoal in there. Probably work better than just trying to feed these little sticks in there, because man, it's getting ridiculous trying to keep that thing to where it'll simmer and not just boil to death. Anyway, it's just about ready. I'll be back in a minute with the taste test. Alright, I let it simmer for about 15 minutes there, and it's pretty dark. Kinda like, looks more like coffee than tea. Let's see if we can pour this to where the camera can see it. See, it looks a little more like coffee than tea. Let it cool off a little bit, man. I don't want to burn my lips. Need those for kissing. If I can find anybody that'll let me kiss them. Still feels pretty hot. Don't move out of camera, man. Come on. What does it taste like? Tastes almost like chicory coffee. It's a little, I don't know, kind of tastes like unsweet tea. Unsweet tea. I bet if I let it simmer a little bit more, it'll get more flavor to it. Probably more of a chicory coffee flavor. Yeah, it tastes kind of like unsweet tea. Alright, so that's my chaga video, I guess. Thank you for watching. Click like or subscribe if you feel the need. And again, thank you. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.